Hello, dear programmer. I hope you have done the good practice on array concept, one dimensional array, two dimensional array. Right. I said programmer. Yes, we have started to implementing small basic programs with help of advanced information like maintaining multiple information by using array. We know that array can be used to represent a group of data which belongs to the same type that called collection of similar type of information. But dear student, if I would like to maintain the information of a student, what kind of information? Yes, every student is having his roll number, PRN, his name, his previous year's percentage, address, city, etc. This indicates that if we want to represent a collection of data items of different types by using a single name, then we cannot use array because array is holding only same type. But if I want to maintain such a different types of data, then we are having the solution is structure. Yes, in today's session, we'll start with the structure. We are going to see how to declare the structure and how to use the array of structure. At the end of the session, I expect my student will do the very interesting programs on the array of structure concept. So, can you observe this program? Yes, in this program, if you have observed that we can able to maintain only two information like roll number, which of integer, name, which of string. So, we can say that this program is only to read one roll number and one name. But my question is, I want to maintain it for my 20 students, for my batch of student, or for my whole class of student. Then, are we going to use roll number 1, roll number 2, roll number 3 like this variable? Definitely not. We have the solution is structure. The structure is called as collection of heterogeneous data type. A structure is a convenient tool for handling such a group of logical related item set. It can be used to represent the set of attributes. If I'm interested to maintain the book information, so we can say for the book the attributes are nothing but author, title, price and year. For every book we are going to maintain these four attributes. So the concept of structure is nothing but which is analogous to a record. Means we can create the multiple records for you by using structure. Like a general variable, we need to declare the structure also. So how to declare? Its syntax is struct and later on we have to give the structure name. Then structure whatever the attributes we have to define, all they are going to be declared in opening and closing curly braces and structured declaration will be ended by the semicolon. Means first of all we need to identify that what type of information I want to maintain for the student like roll number, name and percentage. Then a structure it must be defined first and we need to define its format. Then that particular format we are going to use with help of structure member. So when we are declaring this struct student, this indicates that it is nothing but a one template. Means for every student I am interested to maintain these three kinds of information. Means my student record is having these three attributes. It simply creates the template. So that template indicates that here we are having three values. So these are also called as structure member. Means for every student, these three types of information we are going to be maintaining. So these are called as structure member. That members are also having different types of data. That's why we need to define them like our variables. So this is the declaration of structure template. While we're declaring the structure template, then we need to think about that this template must be terminated with the semicolon. Entire definition is considered as a statement. That means each member is declared independently for its name and the type in a separate statement inside the template. Means here we have declared all these members and structure template will be ended by that semicolon. Whatever the name of that structure we are giving, it can be used to declare the structure variable later in our program. Here we have simply created the template. If we compare array and structure, then we are saying array is what? It is a collection of similar type of information. But if you have observed that structure is what? It is a collection of different types of information. Array is called as a derived data type, but structure is also called as a programmer defined one. Means as per the programmer's concept, the programmer would identify how many members are there. The members are listed in the structure template and our beautiful name have been given to that particular structure. If we want to use array, we are directly declaring the array integer a of 100. But if we want to use the structure, then first of all we need to design that structure. Means what type of information I want. That's why it is called as programmer defined one. Then we need to declare the structure, data structure for this structure, and then we are using with help of variables. Then how we declare the structure variables? Here we have declared only structure template. The structure variables can be declared by two ways. Either you can declare the structure variables with that definition, or you can define the structure variables separately. Means first of all structure template is there, all the template have been defined, then with help of this struct student we are going to list out that variables. This indicates that we are creating only one template, and S1 and S2 indicates that these are the variables. Means one student information is stored in S1 variable, second student information is going to be maintained in S2 variable. So S1 variable have three values: name, roll number, percentage. S2 is having its own three values: name, roll number and percentage. You can define by the same way that where you are declaring the structure template, at that location you are giving the structure variable, but structure template should be end by that semicolon. This is called as we are declaring the structure variable. Now the question is how to access the member of structure. Once we have created a structure template, in this example I have created the structure template for the student. I am going to maintain this three information. Now I want to declare the structure variable. So structure variables are nothing but like a declaration of our common variables. How do we define the common variables? Integer a, integer b, float c. So what this indicates? So in that same fashion, what we need to do? We need to give that a keyword struct, then the name of structure and list of all variables which are separated by the comma, and it should be end by semicolon. So this statement indicates that A, B and C are the three variables of type struct student. Means I can say that A is having its roll number, name and percentage. Then if I want to say that A is roll number, so for that reason we are using dot operator. This dot operator is also called as member operator. The syntax is variable name dot member. Means we are accessing A's roll number, it will be used by A dot roll. A's name, A dot name. A's percentage, then A dot HSC percentage. Similarly, we can use for B and C. So B dot roll, C dot roll, which will hold their own information. But if you have observed that it is not the collection, means we cannot able to maintain the record of my complete batch of 20 students, another batch of next 30 students and so on. Here we are going to maintain only 3 students information like A, one student, B, another, C, third student. So can you solve this example? I expect you kindly pause the video and try to solve what is the answer. Dear student, I know that you have solved that. Yes, this is nothing but that we have been asked to create the structure for employee. These are the members of our structure. So we need to identify that name of employee is string, ID is integer, salary is might be float, this designation is string, city is string. So we are creating this structure template. So this is the structure template, and here we have been declared that variables of that structure. Means here are the two variables. We have to remember the one thing is that the member of structures are not variables. They do not occupy any memory until they are associated with the structure variables. Means if I have declared only this struct employee which is holding this type of members, then it doesn't mean that the compiler directly allocates the memory. No. When we are declaring the struct employee emp1, emp2, that time that the compiler allocates that appropriate memory for this emp1 and for this emp2. Can you tell me how much size is there for this emp1 or emp2? Yes, it is nothing but the addition of all these members. So 25 plus 2 plus 4 plus 15 plus 10. Yes, EMP is storing 56 byte location. In that 56 byte, it's going to maintain name, employee ID, salary designation. And EMP2 is having its own 56 byte information. Sorry, EMP2 is hold its own 56 byte memory, and into that memory it will hold its name, employee ID, salary, and so on. Then how do we access? Yes, we are accessing with help of emp1.name, emp1.empid, emp1.salary, and so on. So this is the example where we are reading the two students information and we are displaying it. Right. Here we are using only two students because here we have declared only two variables. But now I want to do a modification. I'm interested to store the batch of 20 students. I'm interested to store the whole class information. Let my class is having 80 students. Then definitely like a general variable here A1, A2, A20 for 2 having 20 variables for 20 students. Yes, because a one variable at a one time holds only one value. That's why this will not be a feasible solution. So what is the solution with us? Exactly, array. What is array? Collection of similar type of element. So can I say that similar type means collection of the student type of information? Yes, we can create that array and that is called as array of structure. Yes, array of structure, it is a same like of your array of primary data type. We know that array is what? Collection of similar types of element. So we can create array of structure. Each element of array is nothing but the structure type. Means in array, each element is of structure variable. How do we declare the structure array? Yes, you can declare it while you are defining the structure template, or you can use it define with the later the name of structure, right? So in this example, that the structure is created first and then that name of that structure is used to declare the array of structure. So this indicates that here are the 10 stored instances and every instance or the element of array containing these three information. And second one, while you are declaring the structure definition, that time we are declaring structure array of structure. So here array stood is of size 10. So each element of array is of type structure student. Here we can say that the stud is the array of 10 elements. Stud 0, stud 1, stud 2, stud 3, stud 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Means we can have that one information is going to be maintained for one student. Stud 1 is going to be maintained the name, roll number and percentage for second student. Stud 2 is going to be maintained name, roll number and HSC percentage of third student and so on. What is the observation? That each element of the student array is a structure variable with the three members name, roll number and percentage. So this is our structure. We have declared the 10 elements. So every array element is having one student information. So stud 0 is points to 0th element of array. This is points to first element of array and so on. And every element of array is containing three types of information like roll number, name and HSC percentage. We know that by using the structure variable, we are using the dot operator to access the member of structure. That's why it becomes stud0 dot roll number, stud0 dot name, stud0 dot HSC percentage. If I want to access the fifth student information, then we are writing stud4. Stud4 dot name means it will refers that name member for that fifth element. Then of 4.0 roll number, then we are saying that we are accessing that roll number of that fourth element and so on. So like this fashion, we can access the member of structure. So how do we access the structure members? Yes, we are accessing the structure member by using individual structure variables. If you are using the structure variable like stud A, B, so what that A is the variable. So we are using A dot role, A dot name, so on. And if we are using the array of structure, then we need to use that a subscript notation in this way, that stud0 dot roll number, stud0 dot name, and so on. So to access the member of each element, we need to use the dot operator. So what is the syntax? Array name into the square bracket, we are providing the index, dot operator, and which member you want to access it. We know that if more than two operators we are using, then we need to use that operator precedence, right? So here that this index operator, that is array subscript operator, and dot operator are having the same precedence. If there is the same precedence, then they are evaluated from left to right. Means first of all, index is computed and then that particular member is accessed. So this is an example where we can able to read the structure, array of structure. Yes, again we already seen that array can be accessed with help of for loop. So what we are saying here, when value of I is 0, then it becomes e of 0 dot roll, e of 0 dot name, means we are going to fill that first element, that is 0th element of our array. When I is 1, it goes for that second record. Like that fashion, we can access the elements at the runtime, at the while we are executing that program, and we can display the array of structure. So here we are concluding that the structure is the collection of heterogeneous elements. If we are using the structure variable, then we need to use the dot operator. If we are using the array of structure, then we need to have the combination of index operator and the dot variable. Like that fashion, we can read the structure. Thank you, dear student. Happy learning. Stay connected.